Forever to the hero, for God alone we gather. Glory to glory, we rise and never to fall. Here in a nation, flowing rivers and holy. Glory, glory, glory to the Father, for making you a nation, a joy forevermore. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty in our need, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty in our need, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation.
At this particular moment, there is a lame boy. He has been lamed all over, all through his life. He is incarcerated in the dungeons of La République right now. He is from the state of Momo, and one other individual has also been arrested and put in jail. They are being requested to pay 1 million colonial currency each to 2 B agents. One, Adjutant Etienne, whose network I exposed the other day, and the other, another B officer who is called Rene. Their families are being requested to pay this money, and they are being threatened that these guys belong to the Ambazonian resistance. That is why they are incarcerated, and if this money is not brought, they will be killed. And if the money is given to these 2 individuals, their names will be removed from the list. The outing today was a continuation of the intelligence report that we are receiving from the field as we expose this network. Revolutionary greetings, my fellow Ambazonians. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you find yourself today. To our people incarcerated in the dungeons of La République du Cameroun, in Ambazonia, and in their Kondengi concentration camp, Una Place Day. The refugees and the fresh ones who just crossed over from Donga Mantung into the neighboring state of Nigeria last week as La République du Cameroun death squads entered their villages and carried out ethnic cleansing on a place day. My brother in jail, the man with the spirit of a lion, the leader of our revolution, Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba. You are an inspiration to the children of Ambazonia, to the fighters of Ambazonia, to the liberation fighters, to your fellow countrymen. My brother, your place day to our forces. These incredible nationals of Ambazonia, the best of us, you who stand between us and death, una place them day, una cafe day up. I will be doing a disservice to our revolution if I don't begin today by acknowledging the victory that our forces gained with operations in Dongamantung that resulted in the deaths of genocidaires from La République du Cameroun, resulted in our forces requisitioning arms, genocidal arms that would have been turned against our people. Now they will be turned into defense for our people. It was a tremendous victory, and I want to acknowledge and thank this joint operation that took place between the Ambazonian Defense Forces and sister forces in Bui. So let me send greetings and thanks General Newsman of Bui, to General Big Vulture of Bui, all from the Bui Unity Warriors, and also thanks to Commander Basa of the Ambazonian Defense Forces. Your joint operations have sent a shockwaves to La République du Cameroun, and your words as you display their arsenal of genocide that you have requisitioned from them will ring from shore to shining shore in Ambazonia. They should leave our land or they will die. My fellow Ambazonians, a couple of weeks ago, I exposed a ring of extortion, extrajudicial killings, blackmail, and counter-revolution run in our territories by factions of La République du Cameroun. The network that Adjutant René of the B forces was at the head of. I come to you today, my fellow Ambazonians and people of goodwill all around the world, to tell you that my outing made the rats to shake. And as they shook, further information fell down the tree. What came out as the developing intelligence what I share is not just an intelligence revelation. It is the exposure of one of the most sinister, organized, and brutal criminal enterprise ever operated by the colonial regime of La République du Cameroun on Ambazonian soil. Our intelligence services, working alongside our brave fighters and vigilant communities, have uncovered the entirety of this extortion and assassination cartel, spearheaded by a serving La République du Cameroun parliamentarian from Momo and coordinated by Bataillon d'Intervention Rapide, these genocidal occupation force officers, with a wide network of informants, blacklegs, and local collaborators. The original head of this network was run by another B agent, Rene. Rene was transferred out of Bamenda, and the person who took over that network was Adjudant Etienne. As we speak, Rene never left the network behind. Rene and G and Etienne are collaborators. At this particular moment that the intelligence reached my desk, our intelligence officers indicated that Rene was on vacation, had taken vacation, and sneaked into Bamenda. They were seen at the Congress Hall, which is where they run their operation. Rene and Etienne were seen drinking. The Bamenda Congress Hall is where they request those that they are extorting to meet them, where they either deposit the money or the amount of extortion money that they need to bring. The amount is given to them. From all of that information that we had last time, also now know that those that are running their network of informants on the ground include the collaborators, include the BIRs, who hail from Guzang, where Rene also hailed from. the BIRs. We also know at this particular moment that G is also, as we elaborated the last time, active in this network. NJ. The biggest information coming out is right now is that this ring is connected to the parliamentarian Anye Charles. My fellow Ambazonian. This sinister, organized, and criminal enterprise being operated in a territory is connected to the La République du Cameroun parliamentarian Anye Charles. You have the blueprint. At the top, the political cover, the chief instigator, the one runs the network, the parliamentarian. Beneath him, you have the soldiers, the B soldiers, Anye, you have Etienne and Rene, and below that you have this network of blacklegs and collaborators who take pictures of the villagers, who run informants within the communities. These the Babilas, the Debis, the Debisis, the Ingis, the Agabas. This is shocking. Shocking in the sense that we knew anybody, people think that we go out and we target these people, that these are civilian administrators. First of all, if you are a civilian administrator of La République du Cameroun, what are you doing across the Mongo in a different country? Second of all, do you put civilian administrators in a war zone? Third of all, if those civilian administrators are working to facilitate the work of the army, of the occupation forces, are they civilian administrators or part of the machine of genocide in that territory? So people want to accuse us of going after thugs like this, that they are civilians. But nobody, we knew that. It is not the intelligence work that ties them to these criminal enterprises and death squads that told us. We knew from growing up, you do not gain a position of privilege or power in La République du Cameroun without a back of body count. You do not. We know that. We know that. people who don't understand the basis of holding power in La République du Cameroun, whether to holding position, whether civilian or military, that those positions are won by how brutal you have to be, how corrupt your soul have to be, how much death you have to carry before you are recognized by this bunch of real death cult that rules in Yaoundé. They don't understand. So they will put your leaders in jail. Controlling a revolutionary army that nobody can show has killed up to 20 people, unarmed people. And these individuals are running around. The people who facilitate the Ngabu massacres, the Pinyin massacres, the Bali massacres, the Meme massacres. These people, they leave them running around. So, my fellow Ambazonians, this is how the death squad extortion ring works. As I end my intervention today, my briefing on this death squad, let me just go over this so that there is clarity for anybody who doesn't want or feel that they don't understand. The parliamentarian uses his political immunity to shield the criminal network while financing the intelligence collection and enabling logistical movement of La République du Cameroun forces. Because they go now and they ask for forces to be deployed because they have this intelligence that these homes, this village in my territory, those are Ambazonian hotbeds. And that is how these individuals pass on the intelligence for villages to be burnt, for people to be killed, for massacres to occur. That is how the information get to the genocidal death squads. So you have the parliamentary cover. Then the B officers stationed in Bamenda and Momo run the field operations using target lists provided by local informants. Villagers who are suspected of having money or suspected they sympathize with Ambazonian independence. These individuals, money or sympathizers, or they have something that they could be blackmailed on, are photographed and their names forwarded to the ring. These victims then receive calls warning them that their names are on a military hit list for supporting the revolution or for being revolutionaries themselves, like the lame guy that is now in jail, whose family is looking at selling land to save his life. So to buy their safety, so when they are informed that their names are on this list, to buy their safety, they are extorted up to 2 million of Cameroun colonial currency. To enforce this threat and to show the people that they can back their threats with deeds, victims are sent their own pictures and told exactly where they live, what businesses they operate, who they know, where their children are. All of that information is revealed to them. If they then fail to pay, military squads are dispatched. These squads are often accompanied by the same spies, like the NG, like the Debisis, like the Babilas from Ashok village, like the Agaba of Ewa village. They accompany these military death squads. And they then burn the homes of people, assassinate them, and loot their property. My fellow Ambazonians and people of goodwill around the world, this is not counterinsurgency, this is state-organized terrorism. Entire towns are living under a silent occupation of blackmail and terror all over Ambazonia right now. Families have lost everything because they could not pay. Young men are executed extrajudicially, killed in a farm in Momo. They are killed extrajudicially, then branded as fighters post-mortem with guns planted on their bodies. Businessmen, farmers, and parents are targeted not for arms, but for ambition. The regime has turned poverty and fear into tools of war. My fellow Ambazonians, your forces are responding with force and clarity. Our intelligence units have mapped out this network. We are following other networks around our territory. We have the names, we have the pictures, we have some recordings. We are gathering dossiers to submit to international war crimes investigators. Our forces have been authorized. Our forces have been authorized to neutralize these criminal collaborators under our anti-treason and anti-blacklegs protocols. We urge our communities to report all suspicious calls, strangers, and patterns that are being used to target them, so that our investigators can follow that pattern, can disrupt that pattern, can put themselves into that pattern in order to gain the information necessary for us to blow out those involved in this extortion and death squad ring. If you have proof, if my fellow Ambazonians and people of goodwill, if you seek proof that La République du Cameroun's war in Ambazonia is genocidal, you need look no further. They are running death squads under military command. They are financing terror using public officials. They are extorting money from civilians and murdering them if they don't pay. Those are classic hallmarks of genocide. That's why we are calling on the United Nations Human Rights Council, the International Criminal Court, and all conscious global media and governments to take actions to investigate, sanction, and dismantle this criminal empire operated by a regime that has not only lost all moral authority, but has lost all authority and is now operated as a criminal enterprise, controlled by warlords, propping up a corpse as president. We are asking our people once more to be very vigilant and inform us of all the different ways that judicially killing and criminalizing them and their communities. I urge, and we urge, Ambazonian, the Ambazonian people to reject fear. All of us, internal and external, young and old, all of us, we should reject fear. We should expose informants and we should stand firm against these bloodthirsty Turks with a unity of purpose to free our land. And all I ask you is that you double down on supporting the liberation that will make this terror in our land a thing of the past. We are the Ambazonian people. We know no fear. We bow down to no fear. So I urge you, fear can cripple you in many forms. It can cripple you from telling us that you are being extorted. It can cripple you from telling us that you are being pressured to turn into a blackleg. It can cripple you from putting your hand in your pocket to support your own freedom. My fellow Ambazonians, if you take one thing out of all of what is happening, reject. That one thing is reject fear. May God bless you. May God bless Ambazonia.
Glory, we the Ambazonian, special loyalty, presence to our Savior who granted us the freedom, allegiance to the hero who brought the lonely gather. Glory to glory, we rise and never to fall. Here in a nation, flowing with earth and holy, glory. Glory, glory to the Father for making you a nation, a joy forevermore. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our need, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of His nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom, usually reflects it in our needs. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation.